From the food to the farming itself, there is a group hard at work preserving the history of agriculture. Jerry Sinkula is here with a look at Ag Heritage Days. It's happening this weekend at the Kewaunee County Fairgrounds in Luxembourg. Good morning to you, Jerry.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, this is always a highlight of our fall. Talk to us a little bit about the event.
Well, the event started, believe it or not, 29 years ago, and I've been to every one of those. It's at the Fairgrounds in Luxembourg. It's sponsored by Ag Heritage and Resources, which has Heritage Farm out on Highway 42, but our beautiful Fairgrounds in Luxembourg is a perfect place to host this event. And so we've been doing it, like I said, 29 years, and it just is a great event for the community.
The food certainly draws people in. I've already seen a few pictures teasing at what's on the menu.
Yes, we call them the cook stove ladies because we actually have 3 old-fashioned wood-fired cook stoves out there, and they make the breakfast on these stoves starting at, we open at 9, so at 9, and then they do the dinner also. And it's just, they dress in costume from the early periods, and people just love to come in there for the food, especially the pies, which they baked on Friday, and I know that my favorite pumpkin is going to be there, along with about, I think, 8 other flavors. So.
Oh my goodness, cherry is the winner in our household. There you see some of that cooking happening. Why is it important, Jerry, for families, whether they have kids or maybe bring in grandma and grandpa who grew up on a farm? Why do you love to see these generations come to this event?
I think we love it when grandma and grandpa come with the younger ones because they get to see and learn about some of the tools and ways that things were done in the past. And I think I overuse this phrase, but you don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. And I think too often our young people don't understand what it took to create the agriculture enterprises we have nowadays. Whether it's the old thrash machines that are going, the sawmills, the cook stoves. I mean, they live with microwaves and instant food and what it took to get a cook stove fired up, and they love to teach the young people about that too.
So you mentioned demonstrations. These are taking place throughout the weekend? Throughout
the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we have we actually shocked and loaded grain up in bundles on 2 wagons, and each day they'll be threshing the grain out there. They had the sawmills run by the steam engines, and speaking of the steam engines, we'll have one Jim Rubis' steam engine going every day, giving you a free ride behind the steam engine. I love the steam engine when we're out there because they burn wood, and you love that smell of that smoke coming out of the engines. And there's tractors out there. They'll be shelling corn, they'll be chopping corn the old-fashioned way. There's just so much going on out there that it's just fun just to watch.
And life before Legos. I can't hardly imagine what that was like, but even some toys.
We actually are going to have a demonstration set up there about life before Legos, and it's basically a set of Legos in front, but back behind will be the erector sets, the Tinker toys, the Lincoln logs that remind people we had other toys to play with before Legos came around.
After the work was done on the farm,
After the work was done, yes.
Jerry, briefly, the work that it takes to put on an event like this, thanks to volunteers like yourself.
Oh, they've been out there all week this week. We've been busy setting up, and I didn't mention that. There's so much activities for the youngsters, too. We actually set up a straw bale maze for pedal tractors, and the kids can pedal these tractors around the maze, and there's pumpkin bowling and all kinds of events for the kids to do. So it is a fun event.
At the Fairgrounds in Luxembourg this Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 4 each day. Be sure to connect on Facebook with Agriculture, Heritage, and Resources for full details. Jerry, thanks for your work on this.
Well, thank you for allowing me to tell them about it a little.